Good morning, Neil here with the After the Radio Show and the 831. I'm here this morning with Mr. Michael Spadafora. How'd I do?
Good.
I do good, right? Okay, yeah. And we are standing on the Murray Street Bridge, and we're going to find out what's going on in the continuance of the Murray Street Bridge saga. Michael, the floor is yours, my friend.
Well, we are here looking at what's going on. You can see they've almost completed this bent. They have the bent are the supports that hold up the bridge. Each bent on either side has to have two piles put into the ground. On top of the piles is a pile cap that is rebar connected to the existing bent. On top of the pile cap is a column. On top of the column is a column cap that is tied into the bridge, and this is we're looking at the one side where the sewer is going to go,
right,
which is the north side of the bridge.
Okay, hold that please for a second, will you?
Okay.
2 seconds. Perfect. Okay, cool. So, have you obviously you have one business, Java Junction Coffee Shop.
Yep.
So, can you talk about how much your business has been affected since they first started with this project?
Actually, I have two businesses. I have one down at the harbor,
okay,
which is cut off completely from the city, and then I have my other one at Seabright, which we have lost 17,000 cars a day of traffic, and that has caused a decline of approximately 15 to 20% of my sales.
Yeah.
Mine and all the other businesses in the Seabright area and the harbor area. People can't get, as an example, people from the city can't get down to the harbor for lunch.
They can, but
but it's about a 20-25 minute drive.
Right.
And then people from Live Oak can't get down to the Seabright area because of how long and how congested Soquel is. It's just a nightmare driving anywhere. Yeah. It's really disenthused anybody of coming down to either location that aren't just normal drive-by customers.
Can we talk about what, from the very, very beginning, what you were told was going to happen, and the plan for getting this bridge rebuilt? Okay,
so we were always told that the bridge would remain open in one direction. On February 14th, the city sent out a press release. Actually, February 11th, the city sent out a press release that if you're fortunate enough to get it, you would have known what was coming on. The Yacht Club did a meeting on February 28th telling members what was going on, and one representative came from the city, came down, did a slide presentation. At that point in time is when the slide showed us that the bridge would be closed for 170 days.
Both ways?
Both ways. When I asked, does that mean it's going to be open on weekends? They said no, so that equates to 8 months of closure, which we're closed from July. We're closed from June 23rd until sometime in February when it's going to reopen. We're told it's going to take 700 days. The contractor has 700 days to complete their project, but I just read an Lookout yesterday that 750 days, which would add 2-3 months to the project. So after the Yacht Club meeting, the harbor had a meeting at Simpkins, which the city came to. We weren't allowed to ask any questions. That's when we were told the bridge would close, I think on the 23rd of March, and then we'd have a full closure the 23rd of June.
And how long was they say it was going to be closed for?
They said it would be closed 170 days.
Okay. Right.
The city did zero outreach, zero planning, zero preparation to tell anybody about this, even though they knew last year that they were planning on doing this.
Okay. Was there any financial support being talked about, and did you receive any from the city?
I have not received any financial support. They have talked about getting us loans, but in a lot of our situations, we may be closing our businesses, like Seabright Social. So taking a loan out on a business that
is not making
you might be closing doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Also, the paperwork is like qualifying for a loan for a home. You need 3 years of tax returns, 3 years of personal returns, bank statements, etc.
Yeah, so it's just a long, huge process.
This is all a lot of work for all of us. They're trying to keep our businesses open. Some of us are now working counters. You know, we're working on the store. We're washing dishes. We're doing whatever we can to make ends meet through this.
Yeah.
And it's not working for me. Any support we can get from the general public is greatly supported for all of our businesses.
Yeah, but you have between the Crow's Nest over here and the Yacht Harbor, and on this side, you have millions of dollars not being just going through your fingertips. It's not not going in your pocket whatsoever.
Yeah, it's you know, it's many of us are working for the year without making any money, and selling, you know, cashing in 401ks or whatever to help us through this. Because one owner's using her Social Security checks. You know, another owner is in her 70s and doesn't know if she should re-sign her lease. She has employees that have worked for her for 20, 25 years. The Palomar just cut, I think, all their staff's hours. The Crow's Nest is looking at closing possibly a couple nights a week. I mean, it's just getting worse and worse.
Essentially, this could be a bridge to nowhere. Because this can there'll be nobody here by the time the bridge is reopened again.
It's getting worse and worse by the day.
Right?
Yes.
H&H Fish is right next door.
H&H Fish is they were on the news the other day saying they're down 50%. I mean, we just can't survive that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all long-time businesses. I've been here for 35 years.
Yeah.
Actually, 33. Sorry.
It doesn't make any difference.
No.
You're treated like you've been here for 5 minutes.
Yes, exactly. See, these guys could be doing. See, there's so few guys out here. There's like 20, 25. There's 15 to 20 guys working out here. Each one of these caps, they could have guys working and completing all these things simultaneously. If they have to drive piles, they have to stop working on this. If these guys if they get a delivery, they need to stop working on what they're working on, because I don't personally feel there's enough crews working on this, and it needs to get done as soon as possible. I mean, they're required to work between 7 and 6. They usually work between 7 and 4, Saturdays if need be. I mean, I wish I had a schedule like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and all the business owners wish they could have schedules like that where it's banker's hours. I mean, it's like Comerica. Comerica has the same hours.
Do you know what's going on down here? You want to share your knowledge?
Yeah, so as I said, I said the construction on this. These are docks just to get people around. If we walk down here, this cap is complete. This one is framed in. The other one is not framed in yet, and the other one's still working on it. They did sink a big support down there, and they got some supports in over there. But these guys are working. I mean, there's like 15 or 20 of them, and it just got to get done. I mean, and I've been saying this since March. I've been saying this since before it started about the effects that this would have on the businesses, and it's just, I mean, we're not getting any relief. You know, the city's doing equitable things. You know, the marketing said they're doing things that are equitable, so they don't want to give us special treatment because they're because they have stuff they have to do for downtown. And this is a special case. This would be like if you took Pacific Avenue and closed it from Chianti's down to Java Juice, and that would be the similar impact those businesses are feeling compared to what we're feeling now.
Yeah.
I mean, we signed leases. If you signed a lease for 5 years and you're 3 or 4 years into that lease, you owe the balance of that lease.
Yeah.
You know, you walk away, you owe the balance of it. They take your house, and not only you lose your business, you lose your house. So the city line goes to the end of the bridge is the city, correct? On the other side is the county. The first house on the other side of this bridge is in the county.
Okay.
So the county's impacted by this, and how the county can say that we don't have anything to do with it. It's the county sewer line that's coming across this bridge. So that added to the delays from what we've been told. It added to the delays in planning. It added to the timeline on how long this bridge would be closed. So the county does have obligations to this. I understand it is a city. Pellern's office hasn't been reached out to for any assistance. Panetta's office hasn't been reached out to any assistance. The people that are doing things for us are Think Local First, you,
Yeah.
We're going to have a car show coming up here soon, and there's local residents are trying to do things to help us.
This morning, a few people walked across here or brought their bikes across here, so you can get across the bridge.
You can get across the bridge, but on the east side of the bridge, there is no easy way to get off the train bridge onto Murray. That if they would have left an easement down by that flag, there would have been an easement for people to easily walk to. Right now, they have to go up to Alta Loma and climb up the hillside.
And how did you feel about the other day when they had the council meeting, who turned it down, the opportunity to open the bridge in February, because apparently there's no insurance?
One of the business owners had a meeting with the ad hoc committee on Thursday before that meeting. So that meeting was on Tuesday. On Thursday, one of our business owners had a meeting, and at that point in time, she was not told that they were going to shoot that down. They knew before that meeting that they were not going to allocate any funds to opening this bridge. All it needed was an easement on that side so people could continue to walk across the way they are. Right now, you got to go all the way up and around.
Right. You got to be. You got. I'm looking at the most frustrated man in Santa Cruz.
The city between the homeless camp at Ross, that I was by my River Street store, and now this. I mean, the city just. I don't know how, or I. There's nobody on the city council with any business experience, right? So, it's foreseeable negligence. The city should have been able to foresee a reasonable. The definition of foreseeable negligence is a reasonable person should be able to see the damage that their decision is going to cause, and anybody should have seen and known the damage that was going to happen when you close this bridge to 17,000 cars a day, and the city keeps thinking that we're not being honest with our losses and how our leases are based. When I signed my lease, it was based on 17,000 cars a day driving past my store every day. I paid a premium for that, just as we all paid a premium for that. And now I lost all my traffic. Seabright's a blinking light now.
Well, we could have done this interview in the middle of the street.
We could have done this interview in the middle of the street as you did the interview with Betty Burgers in the middle of the street. We could have sat there with chairs.
It's a ghost town.
It's a ghost town. And again, any support we can get from the people.
Can you start your own city council? Can we start the Seabright Village Council and fire the ones in Santa Cruz?
We're trying to get a Facebook page, and the city's working to see if that's possible to do that.
What's that going to do?
A Seabright business. That's not going to do anything, but at least it will maybe direct people to some of the trials and tribulations that we're going through. I mean, as you stand
here today, looking forward into the coming months, what do you see? Do you see an ending to this situation? Do you see this thing being built, ready to go, ready to rock?
This company has had issues. You can Google the company to see their performance and their track history, completing projects on time. I don't see them finishing on time, especially when there's no emphasis on getting as far ahead as possible whenever possible.
They're not a local company.
They're not a local company. They're out of Irvine, California.
And they were the least expensive bid.
They were the low bid, yes. Yeah. And they were the low bid because they were not required to have these guys work overtime and get things done quickly. They were not required to work on Saturdays, which would have cost them more money and would have cost the city more money. The city could have went and asked for more money from the state, I feel, and they just didn't.
So they built that other Bay Bridge in 1 year. I think it was 1 year they took to build that other Bay Bridge. The Golden Gate took 3 years to build. I think I read.
Yeah, there's a bridge up in Tahoe. It's called Fanny Bridge,
which is the only bridge where the Lake Tahoe exits.
Yeah, the Lake Tahoe. It's the headwater of the Truckee River. It's called Fanny Bridge because everybody looks over at these huge cutthroat and rainbow trout. They knocked it down starting August 15th. It'll be reopened by December 15th. It has a 24-inch sewer pipe where this has a 36-inch sewer pipe. So all the sewage from the west shore of Lake Tahoe goes across that bridge. And they are for some way, granted, it's 140 feet. This bridge is like 475 feet. It is longer, but they have many guys. You can watch the videos. There's a guy named Scott Simons that does videos of Lake Tahoe. You can watch his videos, aerial videos of them doing the work on it. They have a boom. Their pumping truck has a boom of like 250 feet range.
I don't know what to tell you, my friend. They said all I can do is have these guys. On next Tuesday, I have Manu coming on the show along with the. I'm not going to say Honorable Fred Keeley. I'm just going to say Mr. Fred Keeley coming on the show, and we can do the best I can.
One of those guys told us that one way or the other they were going to get this bridge open.
That Fred said that, I think.
One way or the other. I'm not going to say who.
Yeah.
Because he asked me not to, but one of them said we'd get this pedestrian bridge open one way or the other. Don't say I said it, but that's what we were told. And here we are. Nothing's happening here. And
I mean, I can't even hear a piece of machinery going on.
They're at lunch right now, so we'll give them that. But still, there are a couple guys over there working through their break. But you can't hassle these guys. These guys are.
Yeah.
There's only so many of them working.
It's not their fault.
There's like 15 or 20 of them working.
Michael, thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Oh, look, there's a city meeting over here.
Where?
Right over there.
Let's go check that out.